Thank you, Bianca, and hello, everyone. My name is Julia of Presello, and today we are doing a very special house tour of Phinma Maayo San Jose. But before I show you the unit itself, let me show you what the actual road of the site will look like. So obviously the project isn't finished yet, but this will give you an idea about how wide the roads are going to be. This is the main road coming from the gate, but all the roads in the entire project are going to be this wide. That is so nice. Okay, now this being a gated community, 24-hour security and all, we do not actually have gates for each unit itself. Di na kailangan, it's already very safe. Now this is the Rosario unit, which is one of 3 types of units here. We have the Rosario, as I mentioned, the Salva, and then the Trinidad. I'll get with the details later on. For now, let's check this one out. So here on the right, we have a single vehicle carport, and then here in the sort of center, we have a pathway leading to the main entrance. But before we go in, let's just admire this facade. So it's very modern and still very Filipino. So all of the units, in fact, the entire project is going to be modern Filipino. Down from the little details we have over there, next to the windows, and even the vents. Because of course, we live in a very tropical country. We need good ventilation. And you can already tell we're gonna have a lot of windows. Okay, speaking of windows, we have here a window right next to the main door. And once we go in, you're gonna have to excuse the echo kasi wala pang laman eh. Kayo yung mag-fill up ng space nito. But this, speaking of space, is what you have for the Rosario unit. It's open layout. You have your living, your dining, and then your kitchen. Your dining area will roughly fit a 4-seater table. So, okay, if that is any indication, this house is perfect for individuals, for newlyweds, or even a couple with maybe a kid or 2 smaller kids, right? So, us being Filipinos, we love entertaining for family and friends. We love cooking, and that's why this kitchen is so nice. Especially for the size, it's quite large. You have an L-shaped counter here with a granite countertop and then marine laminated plywood for the cupboards. Actually, let's check that out. See? So you have really good hinges, you have good handholds or handles. And then of course the quality itself is really nice. For such an attainable house, you have really good quality, no compromises there. And then again, since this is open layout, imagine, nagluluto ka dito, nakakausap mo pa rin yung nakaupo sa dining table at yung nasa sala. Right? Very Filipino. And syempre, you have a toilet and bath that's accessible to your guests here on the ground floor as well. So wala nang fuss, wala nang awkward moments about. Like if they want to use a toilet, it's right here. So you have your sink, your water closet, and your shower space. And mind you, although ito nakabukas yung ilaw, let me turn that off. It's still so nice and bright. This is just the toilet and bath, because you have a huge window that lets in so much natural light. Every room in this house is maaliwalas. In fact, the entire project is maaliwalas. Not just within the house itself, not just the interior, but even the exterior. Because again, it's a very Filipino, modern kind of vibe that's also maaliwalas. Okay, speaking of, since we are talking about the exterior, right next to your kitchen, you have a door that leads you to your service area. And I'm not gonna lie, guys, this is my favorite part. Why? My favorite chore is doing the laundry. So here we have your built-in sink, and then of course enough space and provision for your washing machine. And more importantly, sampayan. Very Filipino. So imagine nyo na lagyan nyo sampayan dyan. You can hang your clothes in private because it is enclosed. So no one else gets to see your hung laundry. I love that. Very practical, very Filipino. In fact, yung layout very Filipino. No? Yung living spaces nasa ground floor, and then the bedrooms or the more private spaces on the 2nd floor. But before we head up, I just want to show you this. So you have a lot of space under the stairs. So you can use this as storage. It's actually super exciting to decorate your own home, right? Imagine putting your own storage solutions there. So it's gonna look like how you want it to look like. Basta you have this much space, bahala ka na what you want to do with it. What is given though, apart from the white walls, which are easy to maintain, you have the materials of the stairs itself. So you have here metal railings that's coated in this matte black finish. And you know, a lot of people say dark is heavy, but it doesn't feel that way because these are so thin. Like solid na bakal to ha, matibay siya. But because it's thin, it's not visually heavy. It still feels light. It just creates a nice accent and a nice contrast. Para naman may character yung bahay, right? It still lends to that very modern vibe. And then your stairs are made out of wood-like tiles. Very nice matte and non-slippery finish, mind you. And I don't know, it looks so good. And more importantly, it's easy to maintain. You have wood-like tiles for your stairs and then tiles for the ground itself. Everything is easy to maintain and wipe down. Okay, let's head up the second floor. Okay, even here, meron ding bintana. Pati sa taas. Okay, so hindi kailangan yan, pero ang ganda na nilagay nila. Why? Again, because of the natural light that goes in, which eventually will save you energy. Kasi sa umaga, di mo na kailangan buksan yung ilaw. Natural light na lang, di ba? So it's very sustainable. And speaking of sustainable, the entire project will have rainwater collection, and every house, every unit will have solar panels. So you're already saving energy just by using natural light. But you also make use of solar energy. That's so cool. This rainwater collection nga, diba? So sa tubig naman. So you have a sustainable home na attainable pa without sacrificing quality. Like for example, the windows, these are all powder-coated aluminum analog. So if you guys are familiar with that, those are some good windows. That being said, of course, you're not just buying a home. Along with that, since this is a big project, comes being part of this community. So it's a huge project, and then you also have some shared spaces like your function hall, your playground area, swimming pool, 2 basketball courts, because yeah, we're Filipinos, we love basketball, right? So you have those areas as well. So all of this comes in a very attainable package, all of that. So make sure you contact your Phinma Maayo agent because the monthly down payment could be had for 10,630 pesos. Attainable. Again, contact your Phinma Maayo agent. Okay, now we're here on the second floor, and from the stairs, you'll see a door here. This one is PVC because this is the toilet and bath. So you have your sink, your water closet, and then your shower space. Again, it's still very bright because you have a huge awning window right over there. Just nakadagdag pa, syempre meron ding awning window dito, so the hallway itself is very bright.
Off mo light, pakita mo na.
Okay, sige. Teka, demonstrate ko lang. Actually, ito off ko na rin. Did it make a difference? Probably not, because it's so bright, right? Alright, and then next to your toilet and bath, we have bedroom number 1. And again, super bright. Meron dalawang downlights na nakabukas, but I'm pretty sure even if I turned it off, maliwanag pa rin. Kasi look at the window. It's huge. Ito na naman ako with opening stuff eh. Naka-open na siya. Girl, bakit parati na lang magkakatayan? Ulit. Bakit? Nakabukas na nga eh.
Hindi kasi sa gina, yung sa gina.
Yan. Totoo yan. Legit yung mga sa mga ano namin. Isa pa. Just look at the windows. They're huge. Practically yung buong length na ng wall na to eh. Oh, it's so nice and open. And again, ito yun, no? It's the powder-coated aluminum analog windows. Super nice quality. Satisfying. Okay, where was I? Yeah, I was talking about how maaliwalas the room is. And then you have this much space, and then you also have the outlets already provided for, syempre para sa mga gadgets nyo, for lighting, etc. And your entertainment, like maybe your TV or something. Okay. Oops, excuse me. So from bedroom number 1, right next to it, we have bedroom number 2. Now this room is even brighter actually because you have 2 sets of windows. There we go. And you have a view of the road. I love the fact that this project has such wide roads nga, as I mentioned earlier. Kasi ito, hindi lang yung main road yung malapad eh. Lahat sila main road eh. Like the entire project. How cool is that? Okay. So that is it for the second floor. It's now time for a recap. Okay, so depending on which unit you get, so this one is the Rosario model, right? You have 50 square meters of lot area and then over 48 square meters of floor area. 2 bedrooms, 2 toilet and baths, a single vehicle carport, and then a service area that I love so much. You even have some garden space. Now again, this is one of 3 types of units that can be had here in the project. So this is the Rosario. It's perfect for individuals, for a newlywed, maybe even if they had a kid. And then the 2 others is the Salva and the Trinidad. So the Salva is perfect for a family of 4, maybe even 5, maybe 3 kids. And then the Trinidad is of course a much bigger unit or house, and that can have more adults in it, more extended family, maybe a family of 6, perhaps. All right, actually I can show you in the showroom, which is where we're going now. This showroom, by the way, will give you an idea about what the common areas are gonna look like. So the clubhouse, the swimming area, the function rooms, this is generally what the buildings are gonna look like. How nice is it? Okay, so before we actually go in, I just want to talk about this area real quick. So it's a very centralized area in Lipa, as I mentioned earlier. In fact, right across the street, you have a medical center. You have several of them, like around 10 to 20 minutes away, pati mga government offices. And then you have really good schools nearby, such as De La Salle Lipa, Lipa Montessori School, and McKinley International School. And then you have entertainment and food hubs, like SM City Lipa, Lipa Town Center, and Robinson's Place Lipa. So it's like all of them like 10-20 minutes away. Further's probably like 30 minutes on a bad day. Everything is super accessible. This is what the project is gonna look like, but there's a better one inside the showroom, so let's go in. Okay, now take all of this in because this is the theme, this is the look, this is the aesthetic for the project. So again, your community or your shared community areas are gonna look like this. Your clubhouse, your function rooms, the, well, not the basketball nets. Alam niyo naman nagtsura ng basketball court, diba? But the buildings right next to it are gonna look like this. Even the logo is really nice for Phinma Maayo. Maayo, by the way, meaning good. And this is a very good project with attainably low monthly down payment. So make sure you inquire with your Phinma Maayo agent. Speaking of details, let's check out the scale models. I love looking at scale models because it shows you what it's actually gonna look like in scale. So this is the Salva scale model. So this is the one that I mentioned earlier. It's around 80 square meters floor area, and it's perfect for families of 4 to 5, maybe a family with 3 children or something, so you can imagine. And then this is the Rosario scale model. This is the one that we just went and showed you. So singles, individuals, newly married couples, couples with maybe 1 kid or even 2 small kids. And then this is the Trinidad scale model. So this is what, okay, before I start talking about Trinidad itself, just look at the design of the house. It's so modern Filipino, right? The details are so nice, which you have seen from these. Sa mga details ng itong showroom mismo. By the way, this one is gonna, like the scale, the actual model for this one is gonna finish by the third quarter of this year. So make sure you follow the Presello channel because we are gonna do a full house tour on that. And we'd like for you to get notified for when it comes out because I'm sure you're gonna wanna see it. Okay, that being said, let's now move over to the project's scale model. Speaking of scale, what a scale this is, right? It's a huge project. So again, you have those three types of houses, your Rosario, your Salva, and your Trinidad. And then you have your shared community spaces. You have two actually, you have two clusters here. Both of them having their own basketball court. Kasi mga Pinoy nga naman, di ba? We can't get enough of basketball. And again, centrally located, super near key interest points like malls, schools, hospitals, government offices. By the way, we are right here in block 22 and this is just by the first gate, the first community gate. Now fear not, syempre ang laking project nito, di ba? We're not gonna have just one gate. We are gonna have another one right there. So you are gonna have two community gates since it is again a massive project. Okay, I've said enough. Hopefully that has piqued your interest. Make sure you contact your Phinma Maayo agent for the details on the low and attainable monthly down payment schemes. Okay. This is an amazing project. Phinma Maayo San Jose. You belong here. Thank you again, guys. Again, my name is Julia of Presello. Invest in your future, invest with us. Invest with Phinma Maayo, and of course, invest with Presello. Back to you, Bianca.